Close your eyes. Imagine yourself lying on the soft grass of a summer night. Crickets chirping, fireflies glowing like tiny lanterns. And there it is, the night sky stretched out like the world's biggest IMAX theater. No ticket needed, no popcorn prices inflated to $6. Just you and the universe, hanging out. For thousands of years, humans have looked up and asked the most classic bedtime question of all time. What the heck is up there? The truth is, astronomy started way before telescopes, satellites, or NASA logos stitched on hoodies. It began with people just staring. And that's kind of beautiful, right? Our ancestors didn't have Netflix, but they had Orion's belt. No Google Maps, but they had the North Star guiding them. Imagine some cave guy pointing at the Big Dipper and telling his buddy, "Dude, that looks like my soup bowl." Congratulations. That was the first astronomy lecture, and also the first case of someone being wrong but confident. Now, here's the wild part. Everything you see up there, every twinkling dot, every glowing smear, is light traveling. For years, decades, sometimes millions of years, just to hit your eyeballs, that star you're wishing on. It might have died before Abraham Lincoln even grew his beard. Talk about ghosting. And yet, despite knowing how small we are, the night sky doesn't shrink us, it expands us, it makes us dream. It's the cosmic version of standing at the edge of the ocean, but instead of waves, it's galaxies. Instead of seashells, it's black holes. And if that doesn't make you want to lie back, relax, and let your mind drift into sleep with a smile, I don't know what will. Because the sky isn't just up there. It's a mirror for our curiosity. Every shooting star is like the universe saying, "Hey, stay curious, buddy." And tonight, as you drift off, let's take this journey together, from that very first curious glance at the stars, to the mind-blowing space-bending truths we've uncovered since ***. The sun, the giant flaming ball in the sky, that we all secretly take for granted. Without it, Earth would just be a sad, frozen rock, spinning in the dark, kind of like that one guy in the office, who never gets invited to lunch. But with the sun, boom, warmth, light, life, tacos, and Netflix. Okay, maybe not the last two, but still, everything good starts with that big yellow superstar. The sun is basically the Beyoncé of our solar system. Everything revolves around it, literally. It's a medium-sized star, about 4.6 billion years old. That's right, while you're worrying about turning 30. The sun has been shining for nearly 5 billion years, and still looks pretty good for its age. It's made of mostly hydrogen, about 74%, and helium 24%. And what's it doing all day? Smashing those atoms together in nuclear fusion. Basically, it's like the sun runs a non-stop, all-you-can-eat energy buffet, and Earth is just one lucky customer. Now let's talk scale. You think you've got a big ego. The sun makes you look like a crumb on a pancake. You could fit 1.3 million Earths inside the sun. Imagine shoving 1.3 million tiny blue marbles into one giant basketball. Ridiculous, right? Yet here we are, orbiting it at just the right distance. Not too close, because crispy human isn't a good look. Not too far, because frozen popsicle human isn't much better. Scientists call this the Goldilocks zone, the sweet spot where life can thrive. Lucky us. And here's a fun fact. Sunlight takes only 8 minutes to reach Earth. Think about that next time Amazon says your package will take 5 days. The sun is literally 93 million miles away and still beats Amazon Prime. But here's the kicker. The sun isn't going to last forever. One day, billions of years from now, it'll swell up into a red giant and possibly engulf Earth. So yeah, enjoy your sunsets while you can. Our cosmic rock star has an expiration date, so tonight, when you feel that warmth on your face, remember, you're being powered by a massive nuclear inferno in space that's been jamming for billions of years, and it's not charging you rent. Asterisk, alright, buckle up. Because now we're talking about the universe's very own baby shower, the birth of stars. And let me tell you, it's way more dramatic than anything you've seen on reality TV. Picture this, a massive, cold, dark cloud of gas and dust just hanging out in space, minding its own business. Then suddenly, Gravity kicks in, like the nosy neighbor who can't help but stir the pot. That cloud starts collapsing, shrinking, and heating up, until boom. A new star bursts into life. That's right, every star you've ever seen was born from a cloud throwing the biggest, brightest tantrum in the galaxy. Now, here's the fun part. Stars aren't shy when they're born. They light up the cosmic stage like they've just won American Idol. And each one is different. Some stars are small and chill, like the sun, steady, reliable, your everyday Joe star. Others are wild rock stars, burning so hot and so fast, they don't last very long. Think of them as the James Dean of the cosmos. Live fast, die young. Leave behind a beautiful nebula. And here's where the American humor kicks in. Stars are basically the universe's burnouts. They spend their whole lives burning gas, shining bright, and then collapsing dramatically when the party's over. Imagine inviting a star to Thanksgiving dinner. By the time you've carved the turkey, it's already halfway through its hydrogen supply. Talk about impatient dinner guests. But let's not forget, without these cosmic fireballs, we wouldn't exist. Literally, stars are nuclear factories. Inside their fiery hearts, they're smashing atoms together to make new elements. No stars, no carbon, no oxygen, no iron in your blood. You wouldn't be sitting here listening to me ramble, you'd just be a lonely cloud of hydrogen, floating around wondering why nobody's swiping right on you. So the next time you look up at the night sky, remember, every twinkle is a star's way of saying, hey kid, I helped build you, and trust me, there's nothing more humbling or hilarious than realizing the glowing dots above your head are basically cosmic parents who threw themselves into a nuclear furnace, just so you could complain about your Wi-Fi speed. Asterisk, alright. Buckle up, or actually, don't, because if you tried to buckle up at light speed, you'd already be past Saturn before you found the seatbelt. The speed of light. 186,000 miles per second. Let's just pause there. That means if you flicked a flashlight on Earth, the beam could circle our entire planet more than 7 times in one single second. Now, I don't know about you, but I can barely circle my kitchen when I'm looking for midnight snacks in the same amount of time. Here's the kicker. Nothing in the known universe can move faster than light. That's not just a guideline. It's the actual speed limit written into the cosmic rulebook. And guess what? No cops needed, because physics itself is the enforcer. You can't bribe it. You can't sweet-talk it. Einstein basically dropped the mic when he told us, hey, if you try to hit light speed, your mass increases to infinity, and you'd need infinite energy. And if you've ever seen my credit card bill after grocery shopping, you know infinity is a number nobody wants to pay. But what does this mean for us stargazers? It means that every time we look into the night sky, we're not just seeing stars, we're seeing history. The light from the sun takes about 8 minutes to reach Earth, so if the sun suddenly decided to switch off like a bad roommate flipping a breaker, we wouldn't know until 8 minutes later, which is comforting or terrifying depending on your perspective. Now, take stars like Betelgeuse, the big red supergiant in Orion's shoulder. It's about 642 light-years away. So the light hitting your eyeballs tonight left that star when Leonardo da Vinci was sketching his flying machines. Every twinkle is basically a time machine. Forget DeLorean, your eyeballs are doing time travel for free. And here's the deep part. When we gaze at distant galaxies, some millions or billions of light-years away, we're literally witnessing the baby photos of the universe. Those photons have been traveling longer than humans have even existed. Wrap your head around that while you're lying in bed. It's like Netflix, but instead of previously on, it's previously 5 billion years ago. So, the speed of light isn't just a number. It's a window into the past. It's the ultimate storytelling device of the cosmos. And every time you look up at the stars, you're basically binge-watching the universe's oldest reruns. Ah, the moon, our trusty sidekick. The Robin to Earth's Batman. The peanut butter to our cosmic jelly. If the sun is the blazing headliner of the show, the moon is that weird but lovable opening act that somehow steals the spotlight anyway. And let me tell you, our lunar neighbor isn't just up there to look pretty, it's been shaping life on Earth in ways you might never have imagined. First off, the moon is basically Earth's gravitational workout buddy. Its pull is the reason we have tides. Think of the ocean as a big waterbed. The moon walks by, pokes it with a stick, and suddenly the water starts sloshing back and forth, twice a day. Without tides, life on Earth might have never crawled out of the ocean. That's right, our Monday morning commute might not even exist if the moon hadn't played lifeguard billions of years ago. So next time you curse traffic, just whisper, "Thanks, moon. I blame you." But the moon isn't all about kindness, it's got a mischievous side too. See, it's slowly sneaking away from us. Every year, it drifts about 1.5 inches farther out into space. Imagine your best friend telling you, "Don't worry, I'll always be there for you." But then walking away in slow motion for 4.5 billion years. That's the moon. Don't panic, it'll be too far to cause tides the way it does now. Thankfully, that's millions of years in the future. By then, maybe humanity will be chilling on Mars, or sipping space coffee on a lunar Starbucks. And then, there's the moon's greatest party trick, eclipses. Every so often, it photobombs the sun, reminding us that even little guys can block the spotlight. A total solar eclipse is basically the universe saying, "Hey, Earth, wanna see something cool?" It's like celestial theater, with the moon as the world's most dramatic stagehand. But here's the deeper truth. The moon has been a silent witness to all of human history. Every empire that rose, every war fought, every love story whispered under its glow. The moon saw it. Think about it. When you look up at the moon, you're staring at the same glowing face that Galileo, Cleopatra, George Washington, and your great-great-grandparents stared at too. It's like a cosmic scrapbook, binding us all together. So tonight, when you see that glowing disk in the sky, remember it's not just a pretty nightlight. It's Earth's protector, prankster, and time capsule all rolled into one glowing ball of rock. And without it, well, life on Earth might have looked a whole lot duller. Asterisk. The moon, our trusty sidekick. The Robin to Earth's Batman, the peanut butter to our cosmic jelly. If the sun is the blazing headliner of the show, the moon is that weird but lovable opening act that somehow steals the spotlight anyway. And let me tell you, our lunar neighbor isn't just up there to look pretty, it's been shaping life on Earth in ways you might never have imagined. First off, the moon is basically Earth's gravitational workout buddy. Its pull is the reason we have tides. Think of the ocean as a big waterbed. The moon walks by, pokes it with a stick, and suddenly the water starts sloshing back and forth, twice a day. Without tides, life on Earth might have never crawled out of the ocean. That's right, our Monday morning commute might not even exist if the moon hadn't played lifeguard billions of years ago. So next time you curse traffic, just whisper, "Thanks, moon. I blame you." But the moon isn't all about kindness, it's got a mischievous side too. See, it's slowly sneaking away from us. Every year, it drifts about 1.5 inches farther out into space. Imagine your best friend telling you, "Don't worry, I'll always be there for you." But then walking away in slow motion for 4.5 billion years. That's the moon. Don't panic, it'll be too far to cause tides the way it does now. Thankfully, that's millions of years in the future. By then, maybe humanity will be chilling on Mars, or sipping space coffee on a lunar Starbucks. And then, there's the moon's greatest party trick, eclipses. Every so often, it photobombs the sun, reminding us that even little guys can block the spotlight. A total solar eclipse is basically the universe saying, "Hey, Earth, wanna see something cool?" It's like celestial theater, with the moon as the world's most dramatic stagehand. But here's the deeper truth. The moon has been a silent witness to all of human history. Every empire that rose, every war fought, every love story whispered under its glow. The moon saw it. Think about it. When you look up at the moon, you're staring at the same glowing face that Galileo, Cleopatra, George Washington, and your great-great-grandparents stared at too. It's like a cosmic scrapbook, binding us all together. So tonight, when you see that glowing disk in the sky, remember it's not just a pretty nightlight. It's Earth's protector, prankster, and time capsule all rolled into one glowing ball of rock. And without it, well, life on Earth might have looked a whole lot duller. Asterisk. Okay, buckle up, because this one's wild. The speed of light is not just fast, It's ridiculously mind-bendingly fast. We're talking 186,000 miles per second. That means in the time it takes you to blink, light could circle Earth 7 times. Now, think about that next time your Wi-Fi takes 10 seconds to load a YouTube video because light could have already gone to the moon and back about 20 times before your router figured out its life choices. But here's the twist. As fast as light is, it's also a speed limit. Einstein, the ultimate science rock star, told us that nothing in the universe can move faster than light. And honestly, that's good. Imagine your Amazon package traveling at warp speed. The delivery guy would just blast through your wall like the Kool-Aid man yelling Prime Delivery and vanish into another galaxy. Now, here's where it gets spicy. Light is also our time machine. When you look at the sun, you're not seeing it right now. You're seeing it as it was 8 minutes ago. Same with stars. Some of the ones you see tonight may have burned out millions of years ago, but their light is still traveling toward us. So basically, when you stargaze, you're literally looking into the past. It's like scrolling through your old high school Facebook photos, except instead of regrettable haircuts, it's cosmic history. And get this, because light is the speed limit, the farther away something is, the harder it is for us to even see it. The most distant galaxies we've spotted, we're seeing them as they looked 13 billion years ago. That's like opening a baby photo album of the universe. Cute, chaotic, and probably burping stars all over the place. So the speed of light is more than just a number. It's the reason we can map the universe, peek into cosmic history. And also why you can't text an alien in another galaxy and expect them to text back before your bedtime. Asterisk, alright. Buckle up, because now we're taking a cozy, slow ride through our very own galaxy, the Milky Way. And no, it's not named after the candy bar, though imagine if it was. 100 billion stars, sprinkled across like cosmic Skittles. Sounds delicious, right? But the truth is even sweeter. The Milky Way is a sprawling, spiral galaxy that we call home. And it's the kind of neighborhood where the stars stay up late. The planets hang out, and black holes lurk like those mysterious neighbors you're not sure about. Picture this. If our solar system were a tiny dot on a giant dinner plate, that plate would be 100,000 light-years wide. Yep, light-years. The distance light travels. In 1 year so, saying let's just cross the galaxy is like saying let's just walk to Pluto for groceries. Not happening, buddy. Even if you hopped on a spaceship cruising at the speed of light, you'd still need 100,000 years to make the trip. Better pack some snacks. The Milky Way is a spiral galaxy, which means it's got those swirling arms, kind of like a cosmic pinwheel. And we live in one of those arms, called the Orion arm. It's not the fanciest arm, not the main event like the Sagittarius arm, but hey, it's home. Think of it like living in a cool suburban neighborhood, quiet enough to relax, but close enough to the action. And oh, here's the mind-bending part. Scientists think there could be 100 to 400 billion stars in our galaxy. That's right, billion. If stars were pizzas, everyone on Earth could have a couple dozen to themselves, and then some. Each star could have planets, moons, maybe even little alien civilizations, binge-watching their own version of Netflix. Somewhere out there, an alien teenager might be lying in bed, rolling their eyes at alien parents. Just like we do. At the very center of our Milky Way sits something truly wild. A supermassive black hole, called Sagittarius A*. This beast has a mass about 4 million times that of our Sun. 4 million. It's like if the Sun hit the gym, bulked up on protein shakes, and then multiplied itself for 1 million times but then decided to be invisible and terrifying. Thankfully, we're a safe distance away, so no need to lose sleep, unless it's because you're listening to this lecture, in which case, carry on. And here's the kicker. Our Milky Way isn't alone. Oh no, it's part of a big family, called the Local Group, with over 50 other galaxies, including our future dance partner, the Andromeda Galaxy. In about 4 billion years, we're scheduled for the ultimate slow-motion galactic tango. As the Milky Way and Andromeda collide, don't worry, you'll still get your morning coffee tomorrow. But 4 billion years from now, The night sky is going to look like the wildest fireworks display in history. So, when you look up at the stars tonight, remember, you're not just staring at dots in the sky. You're peeking at your galactic backyard. And trust me, this backyard is a lot cooler than a trampoline or a swimming pool. It's a cosmic playground, and we're just lucky enough to call it home. Alright, friend, buckle up. Because we're about to take a late-night cruise through the grandest neighborhoods of the cosmos galaxies. Think of them as enormous, cosmic cities floating in the black velvet of space. Our Milky Way is just one city among trillions, and trust me, it's not even the New York of galaxies. It's more like a big, sprawling suburb with one very bossy, central black hole, acting like a grumpy mayor. A galaxy is made of billions, sometimes trillions of stars, planets, dust, and dark matter, all hanging together, thanks to the magical glue of gravity. It's like the universe couldn't decide between building a small town or a mega metropolis, so it said, hey, let's do both. That's why some galaxies are neat spirals, organized, pretty, almost like a cosmic pinwheel you'd buy at a gas station fair. Others are irregular messes, like cosmic junk drawers. Then you have the giant elliptical ones, which are basically the retirement homes of the universe, full of old, tired stars that don't party much anymore. Now, here's the kicker. Galaxies aren't polite. They collide. They smash together, like bumper cars at a carnival, but in slow motion, over billions of years. Imagine New York and Los Angeles, merging not the traffic, but the stars and gas clouds blending together. It sounds chaotic, but out of that chaos comes beauty. New stars are born. New structures form, and the universe keeps reinventing itself like some eternal jazz band. And here's a juicy thought. Every single dot of light you see in the night sky through a telescope, that could be a whole galaxy, not just a star. It's like realizing that every grain of sand on the beach might hold its own city. Suddenly, our problems here on Earth's traffic jams, Wi-Fi signals dropping, burnt toast seem laughably tiny, compared to this galactic grandeur. So next time you're lying in bed, drifting off, just remember, you live inside one galaxy, floating alongside billions of others, all in a universe too massive to wrap your brain around. And isn't that both humbling and comforting? Like being a single note in an infinite symphony. Asterisk. Alright, stargazer. Let's take a leisurely midnight stroll through our very own galactic neighborhood, the Milky Way. Imagine this. You live in a small town, right? Maybe it's got a main street, a couple of diners, and that one guy who still insists on mowing his lawn at 6 a.m., you know the type. Now zoom out, way out, because your small town is Earth and the Milky Way. That's New York City, Las Vegas, and Disney World, rolled into one cosmic carnival. The Milky Way is a spiral galaxy, which means it's got those beautiful arms like a giant cosmic cinnamon roll, floating in space. And here's the kicker. It's 100,000 light-years across. Let's break that down. If you hopped into your car, cranked up your favorite road trip playlist, and drove at highway speed, it would take you about, well, longer than the dinosaurs have been extinct. Actually, let's be real. You wouldn't even make it a fraction of the way before your snacks ran out and your Spotify subscription expired. Light itself, the fastest thing we know, takes 100,000 years to cross it. That's how massive our galaxy is. And Earth. Oh buddy, we're not even in the VIP section. We're hanging out in the suburbs, about 26,000 light-years from the center. Not bad though, because the center of the Milky Way isn't exactly the kind of place you want to raise a family. Why? Well, because there's a supermassive black hole chilling out there. Sagittarius A asterisk. Sounds fancy, right? Like some new perfume brand. Sagittarius A asterisk, for the starry soul. But nope, it's actually a monster with a mass of 4 million suns, gobbling up anything that wanders. To close, definitely not the ideal neighbor. But here's the part that makes you stop and think. On a clear night, when you see that faint hazy band stretching across the sky, that's the Milky Way you're looking at. It's not just pretty, it's personal. Every star in that band is one of our neighbors. Some are older than dirt, some are still being born. And some might even host planets where someone is staring back at us wondering, Who are those weirdos in that blue marble neighborhood? So the Milky Way isn't just our cosmic address. It's a storybook full of mysteries, histories, and a million unanswered questions. And the craziest part, it's just one galaxy out of trillions. Talk about living in a crowded universe. Asterisk. The moon. Our loyal, slightly cheeky companion. Always hanging around, lighting up the night sky like it's the Earth's personal nightlight. Without it, honestly, nights would feel way too empty. Like showing up at a party and realizing the DJ didn't come. No music, no dancing, just awkward silence. That's what Earth without the moon would be like, utterly boring. But the moon isn't just about aesthetics. It literally keeps Earth in check. Ever heard of the tides? Those daily rising and falling waves that surfers love and fishermen curse. That's the moon flexing its gravitational muscles, pulling Earth's oceans back and forth like it's playing an endless game of tug-of-war. Without it, life along the coast sand, honestly, much of Earth's ecosystems would collapse. Imagine explaining that to the crabs. The moon also stabilizes Earth's tilt. Without it, our planet would wobble around like a drunk guy trying to walk home at 2 a.m. That wobble would make seasons chaotic. Summer could last a few weeks. Then suddenly, boom, 6 months of freezing cold. The moon basically keeps Earth's climate on the Goldilocks, setting just right for life. Thanks, buddy. And let's talk about those craters. Each one is a scar from cosmic dodgeball. Our moon has taken a lot of hits for us, acting like a protective big brother. While Earth was busy evolving life, the moon was getting pummeled by asteroids. So in a weird way, we kind of owe our existence to the moon being Earth's cosmic punching bag. Here's the kicker. We've actually walked on it. Humans. Real people from Earth. In 1969, Neil Armstrong stepped onto the moon and casually said, "One small step for man, one giant leap for mankind." Pretty chill way of saying, hey guys, we just did the most insane thing in human history. So, next time you look at the moon, remember it's not just a glowing rock in the sky. It's our gravitational anchor, our TDM maker, our climate stabilizer, our nightlight, and our crash test dummy against space rocks. Basically, the moon is Earth's ultimate wingman. Asterisk. Alright, buckle up, stargazer, because we're finally zooming into our own cosmic zip code, the Milky Way galaxy. Yep, that giant, spiraling city of stars we call home. And trust me, it's way cooler than just being the name of a candy bar. Although, if you think about it, both the galaxy and the chocolate are full of sweetness. One with nougat, the other with billions of suns. The Milky Way is a barred spiral galaxy, which means it looks like a giant cosmic pinwheel, with a glowing bar of stars running across the middle. Imagine a giant galactic DJ spinning turntables, and you've got the vibe. Our solar system, just one tiny apartment on the edge of this cosmic block party, chilling in a neighborhood called the Orion Arm. It's not the fanciest district in the galaxy. Think of it like living in the suburbs, peaceful, spacious, and far enough away from the chaotic downtown core of black holes and star explosions. Now, here's the kicker. The Milky Way is so big, light itself traveling at the ultimate speed limit takes about 100,000 years to cross from one side to the other. That's longer than humanity's entire recorded history, multiplied by a lot. If you started a road trip across the Milky Way, let's just say you'd need more than a few gas station snacks. And oh boy, the number of stars. Astronomers estimate between 100 billion and 400 billion. That's like if every single human on Earth owned 50 suns. The thought alone is enough to make your electric bill scream. And yet, despite all those stars, we can only see about 6,000 with the naked eye. Kinda like going to Costco. You know there's a ridiculous amount of stuff inside, but you can only fit so much into your cart. But here's what makes the Milky Way magical. When you step outside on a clear night, away from city lights, and you see that faint white band stretching across the sky, that's not space fog. That's us looking sideways into our galaxy, peering through millions of stars packed so tightly together they blur into a glowing river of light. Ancient humans looked up at it, told stories about it, and even named it after spilled milk. Classic. So, when you gaze up and catch a glimpse of that band of stars, remember you're literally seeing your galactic home address. Not bad for a species that still struggles with Wi-Fi signals. Alright friend, let's dim the lights, grab that metaphorical bag of popcorn, and tune our ears to the greatest concert in existence, the music of the universe. Now, I know what you're thinking. Wait a second, buddy, there's no sound in space. And you're right, technically. Space is emptier than my fridge after a midnight snack raid. But here's the cosmic twist. While sound doesn't travel in a vacuum, the universe has been humming along in vibrations, frequencies, and waves since the very beginning. And the best part, NASA and astrophysicists have figured out how to translate those vibrations into actual sound. Picture this: black holes, those mysterious cosmic vacuum cleaners, aren't just eating stars like they're on an intergalactic cheat day. Nope, they're also producing deep, spooky bass notes. Seriously, one black hole in the Perseus galaxy cluster is out there booming a note 57 octaves below middle C. That's lower than anything a piano, guitar, or even Morgan Freeman's voice could dream of hitting. Imagine if the universe was a jazz club. Black holes are the upright bass players, grooving in the background, steady and ominous. Then you've got stars, our own sun. It's basically a rock star, literally vibrating and creating resonances. Astronomers have captured those starquakes and turned them into audio. It's like the sun is jamming out to its own cosmic playlist. If the sun had a Spotify account, I bet it'd be all lo-fi beats and dad rock. And here's the kicker, the very beginning of it all, the Big Bang, left behind a faint background hum. It's called the cosmic microwave background radiation. Scientists took those frequencies, converted them to sound, and what you get is the original opening track of the universe. The very first notes in the greatest album of all time. And guess what? We're all still vibing to it today. So when you lay down at night, thinking it's quiet, remember, the universe is basically one giant orchestra. Black holes are on percussion. Stars are strumming strings, galaxies are the chorus, and we're lucky enough to be the audience. Honestly, Beethoven would have thrown his quill across the room and said, "Yeah, I can't top that." Asterisk. All right, buckle up because we're about to talk about the ultimate speed limit of the universe, the speed of light. That's right, folks. 186,282 miles per second. Or about 300,000 kilometers per second, if you like your numbers with a European accent. And here's the kicker. Nothing, absolutely nothing, in the known universe can go faster than that. Not your favorite race car, not the fastest jet, not even your Uncle Joe after 6 cups of coffee. Light is the Usain Bolt of the cosmos, except it always wins. Now, imagine the universe as this giant interstate highway. You've got galaxies cruising, stars rolling along, planets spinning like those people who can't drive straight, and then bang. Here comes light, blasting down the lane like a sports car that paid off the cops. Einstein, the cosmic traffic cop, basically stood up and said, "Ladies and gentlemen, if you think you're gonna outrun this guy, forget about it. Physics says no." But here's where it gets fun. Going near the speed of light does some wild things to you. Your time slows down, distances shrink, and your mass increases like you've been eating cheeseburgers for 50 years straight. This is called time dilation and relativity, and it means that if you hopped on a spaceship moving at nearly the speed of light, you could go on a road trip across the galaxy and come back to find out Earth had aged thousands of years while you barely aged at all. Congratulations. You just became the worst person ever to RSVP for a family reunion. And here's the passion part. This isn't just theoretical nonsense. We've actually tested it. Astronauts in orbit, moving at insane speeds, aged just a tiny bit slower than us down here. It's not enough to skip your birthday, but it's proof that the universe really does have this speed-based weirdness built into it. So the next time you're stuck in traffic and wishing your car could hit light speed, just remember, even if you could, your body would start bending space and time itself. And honestly, with the way gas prices are going, it might actually be cheaper to warp the laws of physics than fill up your tank. Asterisk. Black holes. If the universe ever had a Vegas act, this would be it. They're the Houdini of SpaceX. Instead of pulling rabbits out of hats, they pull in light, time, and matter, and never give them back. Imagine the universe whispering, Hey, watch this. And suddenly, a star the size of a million Earths just vanishes. Poof. Gone. No refund. No warranty. No customer service number to call. Black holes form when giant stars collapse under their own weight, creating a gravitational pull so powerful that not even light can escape. That's right, light. The fastest runner in the cosmic Olympics loses the race. If light were a kid sprinting across the universe with sneakers on, a black hole would be that older sibling who just trips them mid-run and says, "Not today, buddy." But here's where it gets juicier. Black holes don't just swallow things. They bend reality itself. Time slows down near them. If you dropped your phone near a black hole, don't worry. The warranty won't cover this. Your friends, watching from afar, would see it freeze in place forever. Meanwhile, you'd be screaming, "Hello? Can you hear me now?" while stretching into a cosmic noodle, thanks to a process called spaghettification. Yes, that's the actual scientific term. Somewhere out there, a Nobel Prize-winning physicist wrote the word spaghetti in their research paper and still got published. Here's the wildest thought. Inside a black hole, all the laws of physics, the rules we've been so proud of for centuries, just collapse. Einstein, Newton, Hawking. Their equations throw their hands up and say, "Nope, we're out." It's the ultimate mystery. Are black holes doorways to other universes? Do they hide entire galaxies? Or are they just the universe's way of trolling us forever? So, while you're drifting to sleep, picture black holes not as monsters, but as cosmic magicians, mysterious, unpredictable, and maybe even portals to the biggest secrets of existence. And hey, if nothing else, it's nice to know that even light, the overachiever of physics, has something it can't outrun. Asterisk, and here we are. My friend, at the grand finale of our sleepy astronomy adventure. Buckle up, or actually tuck in, because you're probably horizontal right now. Because this point is where science meets wonder, and wonder meets those 2 a.m. shower thoughts. The question, are we alone in the universe? Think about it. We've got hundreds of billions of stars in our Milky Way, and each one of those stars could have planets. Not just one planet, not just 2, sometimes a whole solar system family reunion. Now multiply that by 2 trillion galaxies across the observable universe. That's a number so large, even your calculator would throw its little digital hands up and say, "Dude, I quit." So here's the kicker, statistically speaking. It would be almost arrogant to think we're the only intelligent life in existence. It's like going to the beach, scooping up 1 grain of sand, and declaring, "Yup, this is the only grain of sand that matters. The rest of the beach, fake news." But oh, the mystery. We've been listening with radio telescopes, scanning the skies, looking for some galactic neighbor to say, "Hey Earth, nice job inventing pizza." But so far, radio silence. The Fermi paradox smacks us right in the face. If the universe is this big, this old, and this full of stars and planets, where the heck is everybody? Here's where passion kicks in. Maybe they're out there, but too far away for us to hear. Maybe intelligent civilizations come and go, like cosmic fireworks, here for a flash, gone in an instant. Or maybe, just maybe, we are the lucky lottery, winners of consciousness, staring up at the stars, being the universe's way of finally looking at itself. And isn't that beautiful? Even if we never find little green men with Wi-Fi faster than ours, the fact that we asked the question, the fact that humans, with our messy lives and morning coffees, even wonder about this, it's proof that we're already part of something magnificent. So tonight, as you drift off to sleep, imagine the stars as tiny campfires scattered across the cosmic wilderness. Somewhere, maybe, someone else is sitting by their fire, wondering the same thing. And until we know for sure, we get to dream. And in that dream lies the greatest adventure of all.